time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Friday of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy, T-Foss, Terry Foster.
What's happening?
What's poppin', man? You all right?
I'm doing good. I'm going to challenge us today
Okay.
to talk Detroit Pistons at some point
We are.
because I was motivated by something I heard on the flagship this weekend
Okay.
that a caller called in criticizing them for not talking Pistons because they're going to have the number one seed, and then young Jeff Rieger said, well, you can't talk Pistons because they only have 2 games left and they're the number one seed. Sure you can. I think we are in a culture here in the media where we only talk about stuff when things are going bad. Like, we love to talk the Wings because they're not going to make the playoffs. Neal. We like to talk. Yeah, don't look around like, oh, what am I talking about? We like to talk the Lions when they became fuck ups again. And then we like to talk the Tigers because when they falter, that's when we rap about. But there's very little Pistons talk who have done everything you want them to do. And here's when they talk Pistons. You only talk Pistons when you feel your take is, well, they can't win in.
They're not good enough.
They're not good enough. They don't have a secondary shooter, blah, blah, blah. Well, all that dried up when Cade Cunningham was injured, and then secondary shooters and role players stepped up, and they kept winning. But then you don't talk about them. You talk about, well, Cade's gone. They're going to start fucking up now. And when they don't, it's like silence.
Yeah, well, we are, and you've come to the right place because it is
Okay.
a 4-down Friday, and the Pistons will be represented. They will. There are 2 that we are getting to, and I don't care what happens. We're getting to them. We're getting to the Pistons one. We're getting to the sports business one, and there's a couple good NFL little nuggets too that I'm curious to talk about with you, Terry. We have Gordon in the house. What's up, man?
How's it going, everybody?
Good, man. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, hey.
Got the AC/DC shirt
Good to
on.
be
You know what I love to do? You're a young man, right? How old are you?
21.
He's 21. This is what the question I always like to ask youngers to piss them off. Do you even know who AC/DC is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad has been, he's a big Led Zeppelin, Tom Petty.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, he doesn't mind Pink Floyd. Bob Seger, that's
Shout out.
real big fan
Yeah.
of Bob Seger. I love Bob Seger too.
Where's Bob Seger from?
He's from here. He's from Michigan. Yep. I know
Alpena,
our
right?
local legends. Oh yeah.
Oh. He's from Alpena? I don't know. I just know he's a Michigan man.
Sorry, Gordon. Go ahead.
No, it's all good.
Finish your story.
So, my dad he puts me onto a lot of good music, and AC/DC is one of them.
All right, dope. Well, welcome to Bourbon Friday. Welcome to 4 Down Friday. You're
Cheers.
participating. Shout out to our unofficial bourbon partners. We got the Varchas here in the house.
Shout out.
Joe Koster sent over a bottle of his Angels Envy Enforcer Select. We're drinking that as well. The Kentucky Derby, not far away. So just remember, everybody, I'll be loading the bourbon up that day.
Saw a couple-
Spencer Raxter.
How you doing?
Hello.
Hey.
Saw a couple of Miami Marlins in roast today.
We did,
Yeah,
as a matter of fact.
almost had to throw some elbows on the way out.
Hey,
But
you show respect. They led the NL East for 10 days.
hey, they were looking at the studio, so maybe they're trying to record some footage, get some content in.
Maybe they're guys in there.
Maybe they're guys in there.
Maybe
never
you don't know.
Yeah, maybe they're like, oh shit, that's Neal Ruhl.
Yeah, 100%. He's got our back.
Yeah.
Mr. 305.
Mr. 305.
Yeah. Get into the chat. Get your thoughts out there. Do all of that. Okay, look. If you want to skip the line, use the super chat. Appreciate all you guys. Woodward Sports chat thread, Stephen David. My favorite show of the week is upon us. Cheers. Hey, cheers, everybody. Good to have you all along for the ride.
And the glasses today are not from Japan.
Where are they from? Give us an update.
They're from the Eastern Market / East Side of Detroit.
And you told me they were $2 for $1.
$2 for $1.
All right, well, hey,
But you
fair
know
enough.
what?
It's a good deal.
I still smell the bourbon almost as well as I do out of the Japanese glasses.
That is absolutely true. All right, we got to have the discussion, everybody. That's 5 in a row. All right? It's 5 in a row. Terry, everybody was hyped up about this. They told me this. They were ready to go, and I think it's time to start asking some questions, Terry. I think it is time because here's the deal. Everybody told me it's super important. Michigan hockey has lost their last 5 games in the Frozen Four. They're 1-9 overall.
Not where I thought you were going.
So let's have the discussion. Why do they keep choking? What's the problem? Who needs to get fired? What's the coach doing over there? Because they all told me they're all big Michigan hockey people, right, Spenny?
That's terrible. They did say that.
They told me that. You guys, yesterday, everybody was all fired up about it. So on the other side of that is, why does your team keep choking? Why? Let's talk about it.
Well,
Terry.
maybe you're not good enough. Because there's a difference between a team like Denver, Minnesota Duluth,
Boston College.
They're, now we're in the era of NIL. So if I'm a big donor at Michigan, I'm not giving hockey shit. I'm throwing it to football and basketball. Case closed.
What about this? Jay Ratliff in the chat says it's Bryce's fault. I was told Michigan hockey's generational.
Michigan hockey got goalied last night, big time. They had like 52 shots on net or something like that. The Denver's goalie was standing on his head, especially in those overtime periods.
Bryce Underwood up for the hockey game last
Did
night,
they really?
and he didn't come through.
Woodward Sports Super Chat. All right, the Super Chats are piling in. EX27, Michigan hockey lost because Big Ten hockey is cursed. Tev Sauce, in the Super Chat, how many times do we have to tell you, old man, if we don't win, it doesn't matter?
Yeah, come on. The common sense.
I just wanted someone to be honest about it and say it.
Denver's goalie in overtime was insane. And not gonna lie, felt good. Successful hate watch. Haven't had one of those in a while. So we'll take W's while we can.
I hope you're happy.
But no, Michigan, dude, their team is insane. Their power play unit is insane. Denver's goalie is just standing on his head.
Woodward Sports, Thomas Perry. Michigan 52 shots to Denver's 26.
Yep.
Didn't help.
Nope. Shots on goal don't matter.
The only
Scores
stat
matter.
that counts is number of goals.
That is true, Terry.
How about this? J-Gab, who self-glosses himself.
Shout out.
J-Gab says, J-Gab don't give an F about it. Where was Sparty, Spenny? Zip it. All of a sudden, then he said he didn't care, and then all of a sudden he cared.
It's the classic Michigan fan,
Whataboutism.
Yeah, it's what about you? Where are you? Oh, okay, so you compare yourselves to us. That's what you constantly do? All right. I mean, it's a pretty low bar.
Y'all don't do that?
Yeah. Whatever. No. I wish we could compare ourselves to Michigan. Fuck. They win championships. We're trash.
It's not.
But if they, it's their. They have such a small hubris, Terry. They're so weak and they are so defensive that if anything goes wrong against them, what about you?
No.
You just want an man.
The bottom line is,
Terry,
okay.
The Spartans do it just as much, if not more, than the Wolverines.
And Terry,
what about you?
Since we're talking hockey and Michigan hockey, because everyone was fired up about it, were they not? Is that fair to say?
No, that's not fair to say.
As they should be.
It's hockey. We don't care.
Yesterday,
hockey.
they were all about the college
Frozen
hockey.
Fours are legit, and I wish we were in the Frozen Four, but we choked again.
Just like Michigan choked again.
Just like Michigan choked again, yeah. Big Ten hockey, they said they're and I'm pretty sure Wisconsin lost too, or did Wisconsin beat? I don't know, but
beat Michigan State.
Not great. They did beat Michigan State.
Soccer night in Detroit. I was told Michigan hockey was generational. Was I lied to?
Of course.
You may have been lied to.
It's a solid ball club or puck club.
It is. Mike G. Spartans dropped their pants against Whiskey in the second round.
They did.
And we'll never know how you would do against them in the tournament.
No, we
not
won't,
in it either.
because they lost as well.
Yeah. So there it is. Woodward Sports chat thread. The next Sanders. Any prediction on who the Lions are going to draft? Who you guys think we should draft? Next Sanders. 11-28. Our guy Russell Brown. I'm not shitting you guys when I say this. The most elite NFL draft guy in the nation. I'll put him up against anybody. Him and Scott Bischoff are two of the GOATs.
They're sickos.
Yeah, they're bored. Like they're weird. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you got to be great at something. You got to be kind of.
Like I guarantee if we ask Russ today, I guarantee he's already started his work for next year's draft.
Probably.
Yeah.
Is Russ so weird that he's going to pick who Brad Holmes is going to pick?
But he could.
There's only a couple people in this town, Terry, that are truly tapped into the workings of Brad Holmes' mind in the draft. Yeah. Russ is there for sure. To guess who he's going to pick, it takes a special football mind.
That's crazy. Yeah. No one would ever be able to do that.
Nobody would do that.
The only ones tapped into Brad Holmes' brain is Brad Holmes and maybe Dan Campbell.
It's fair. And Spencer Raxter.
And Spencer Raxter, low key. Michael Weary, I hope Stevie paid attention to Denver's goalie. No, Kosa. We have Kosa and Augustine.
We do.
Not needed, my friend. Not needed. Woodward Sports chat
Hicks
thread.
was playing out of his mind last night, though.
But that's the way the sport works sometimes.
Yeah, you get it is the single most important position in all of sports is the goaltender in hockey. Because if the goaltender in hockey is the best player on the ice that day, you win, no matter what. Like you could have
What about NFL quarterback?
No. NFL quarterback can go out there and throw for 400 yards and 6 touchdowns, and you can lose. If goaltender stops every shot, you are not losing. Period.
But if the NFL quarterback is throwing for 400 yards, it means he's behind.
It's true.
And that's why he loses.
Or it's Jameis Winston.
I'm just saying, if the goaltender does his job, you win every single time. If the quarterback does his job, you could still lose.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Get into there. Get your thoughts. Jay Gab, you're just butthurt because the Wings are trash, just like your athletic program.
Yeah, sure, buddy. Does that make you feel better about yourself, big man?
Man.
People like that are just so soft. What about you?
I love when the
look
Wolverines
inward.
and Spartans go at each other.
Look inward, brother.
Woodward,
You should be happy. I don't know why they're so defensive. He just won a natty this week, and they're being that defensive. It makes no sense.
Well, it's their program.
It makes no sense.
But you guys do the same shit now.
We haven't won a natty in fucking 20 years,
I know,
so I wouldn't know.
The Spartans are petty. The Wolverines are petty.
Yeah.
My wife is a Spartan, and she's a bad Spartan.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Speaking of petty, we got an Ohio State
she'll
fan
come
walking
in and
by.
say, Michigan is losing 7-0 in the first quarter. I said, yeah, but y'all just got butt wiped 48-6. It doesn't matter.
Well, it only matters when you win. I was told that by the great young Justin.
That is true.
Come on, it's a simple lesson.
The philosophy.
More on young Justin in a minute when we come back and do our Red Wings 4 down because they won and they scored 6 goals for the first time since November.
Love it. Love it. Shout out Larks with the hat trick.
Do you know this about young Justin? I know you're mad at him, but you know this? He could win a national championship.
He can. In the chat, MPWMU, Western Michigan University has a natty. We set the bar.
It's a fine ball club.
In the hockey.
I know.
In the hockey, they did. All right, let's take the break, come back, get this thing rocking and rolling. Like we said, NFL draft, everybody. Geek out because Russell Brown's coming to the show on at 11:28. That's my guy. So we'll be chopping it up with him. You need your justice, whatever your justice is to you. Settlements, verdicts, Ben Johnson law is the move, everybody. Look, the people on the other side of that courtroom, they're going to have a squad assembled. You need the fighter. You need tough, tenacious trial lawyers. Go to benfights.com. Get the fighter on your side. Get Ben Johnson Law.
To tell you energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Let me tell you guys about Massage Chair House. Are you looking to take your relaxation game to the next level? Go ahead and visit Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest. Featuring top-tier brands like Infinity and Osaki, this is your destination for premium comfort and cutting-edge wellness technology. Experience the difference with Dr. Eric Duncan, the wellness doc and creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews. At The Wellness Doc is where you can find him. You can book your visit today at massagechairhouse.com or go ahead and scan that QR code on your screen to get your relaxation on. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
All right, Neal Ruhl. Terry Foster. Of course, we have Gordon Spencer Raxter as well. We got to get into this because Russell Brown's coming on 11:28. It's a 4-down Friday. It's a Bourbon Friday. Shout out Barchaz. Shout out Joe Koser and his Enforcer Envy barrel pick as well. You ready to talk some puck, man? They're back.
Can't wait.
Red Wings, 4-down. Spencer Raxter, if you would be so kind.
All right, first question of the Red Wings 4-down. Larkin with the hat trick last night. He's back, right?
You know what I love about it? Here's what I love about it. He looked you in the eye, Terry, and said, we're not going down without a fight. And I'm the captain, and I'm going to step up and do it. One little issue with that, Terry. Would have been cool about 2 or 3 weeks ago, wouldn't it?
It would have been good last Friday when you were walking around talking about how good the Wings were.
Too little, too
he
late?
never left, but
he was also never here.
Did. Yeah, I mean, this is a mess up. Yeah, I mean, everything you expected the Wings to be, they were last night. Hey, you should have done that 3 weeks ago.
Spencer, in our Hockey Elite chat, because young Justin was going, he took a stand. He made it sound like he was Gladiator out there. He took a stand. He drew the sword and all that stuff. And my immediate response was, where was this 2 weeks ago? And Spenny, you mind if I share your text?
Of course.
You said it pisses me off more. Mm-hmm. And right away I said, damn it, Spenny, I stand with you.
Yeah, it's like you're getting the door slammed in your face. Now you're acting all big and bad. Not impressed.
Right. Like, again, still a 7% chance. It didn't. And here's the thing. You can't argue this fact. Hey, cool. All you did was lose a game last night because now there's only 3 left because the Senators won. So technically, you got nowhere. You got further away from it. So I don't want to hear it, man. Like, I don't care. On the flip side of the coin, I'm very happy DeBrincat got his 40th. First Red Wing with 40 goals since Marian Hossa in 2009. So there you go.
Why do we care about that? Why do we care about that in a season where the Wings are not going to make the playoffs?
Because it ain't Alex DeBrincat's fault.
No, it's not. But
he gets you a goal every other game. You can set your watch to it.
Bam. But they're not going to make the playoffs, bro.
They're the lowest scoring team in the league, and he's got 40 goals.
Still a negative goal differential.
And still a negative goal differential. Ask your next question.
All right, next question of the Red Wings 4-down. What do you do with Patrick Kane?
Take him out back.
All right. Is the price right? What's the right price, Benny? $3 million?
No.
$2 million?
No. I don't want Patrick Kane on my team.
Y'all gonna be nice.
I don't want Patrick Kane on my team if he's in the top 6. Flat out. Like, this was what we talked about last year with him, and me and Justin were fine with them re-signing him if they brought in another guy to ensure that he wasn't in the top 6. Because he cannot be seeing that much ice time. Obviously, he's still very skilled when it comes to possessing the puck, power play, stuff like that. Patrick Kane should be your Vladimir Tarasenko. You look at what Tarasenko's doing for the Wild this year. He's playing on the third line. He's playing on the first power play. He's got 20-plus goals. He's helping that team win. That's what you need out of Patrick Kane at this point. If you're going to have him come back, if you're going to re-sign him next year, he's on a $3 million contract. It's not like he was eating up a ton of cap space, and he's a fine player, but he can't be in your top six. He's got to be a specialty guy at this point.
You know what you are, Spenny? You're a nice guy and a cutie pie.
Thank you.
Here's what I say. You take Patrick Kane behind the barn.
And put him down.
You give him a hug and say, baby, I love you. Thank you for everything you did in your 186 games here in Detroit. I really love you. You're a great guy. You've had a wonderful career. You pull your pistol out and shoot him in the back of the head.
Jesus. No, look.
Allegedly on Roblox.
Spenny, I'll stay in the car with you, but I'll get off the exit before. All right? He is, you know what he is at this point? He's a very, very good lefty on lefty bullpen pitcher.
Yeah.
You know what
he's a specialist.
If the situation is just right, I think he has a place. For $2 million, $3 million, you know what I'm saying? But I'm looking elsewhere first. You know what I mean? If there's a better move to be made, I'm making that better move. But the chat's killing
guy. Bring some young people in.
The chat's killing them right now. But see, here's a problem, Terry. Like a power play specialist, young guys aren't power play specialists yet.
Don't care. Get younger, develop them, and move on. Don't hang on to the past.
Johnny Sava in the chat. Let's be real. He still has 56 points, and that's my point about it.
That's cute.
A left-handed specialist reliever that can get left-handers out. That's how I view Patrick Kane. So
56 points, and you're not making the playoffs, and you're not developing something for the future. Take him in behind the barn, shoot him in the back of the head.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Dante 151, but he's so goddamn slow. He's a specialist.
He is a specialist, and that's what I'm saying. He can't be in your top six.
Lucido.
He is great when he's in the offensive zone with the puck on his stick or on the power play. That's it.
You know who else was slow? Defenseman Larry Alexander Murphy was slow as all get out. But he had a team that was ready to win, and they won. So it doesn't matter about the speed. It's when you get it. You're now on a team that's not making the playoffs. Again, you may as well bring up the young fellas.
Funny story about Larry Murphy. He's my guy, man. I like him a lot. We drank old fashions.
Shout out.
He spilled wine on my white Jordans.
How dare you, Murph?
Did you punch him?
No, we just kind of both
laughed.
laughed.
You spill wine on your white anything, you got to be pissed.
Nah, it was cool. We'll just get another pair, Terry.
All right. Well, I know you.
Yep.
I know you have an opportunity to get some new Jordans, too.
That is correct. Next down.
Next question of the Red Wings 4 down. Would they actually fire Steve Yzerman?
No. And look, here's where I'm going to challenge you people. Give me the name. And it can't be because if you hate Yzerman and you think Yzerman should be fired, you can't do the old Chris Draper or any of the people that he hired, right? Right, Spenny? Mm-hmm. So keep it real. Give me the name, Terry.
Chris Osgood.
So Terry says no as well.
All right, the better question, would you fire Steve Yzerman?
No.
But
I am still on the no slant.
But we're turning into the subdivision, Terry. We are. Just keeping it 100.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it 100.
So you're going to be bad today.
What do you mean?
Because if
Terry,
I say fire him, you're going to give me reasons why you should. And if I say don't fire him, you're going to give me reasons why you should.
No, Terry. No, I'm people look, people will use their say, year 7 going into year 8. And it matters. He had to sit out the first 3 years, dude. Had to sit it out.
I give him 1 more year.
And that's kind of where I am too.
Because they keep getting better as a team, but they just whatever this. I don't know what this March shit is.
Fair.
Just keep fading.
Neal, I know Maz is personally clamoring for Sergei Fedorov.
At GM?
Yeah.
Okay. You know there's no more Sergei Fedorov guy in the world than me.
I know.
I mean, we're friends.
That's why I wanted to mention it.
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah.
But, like,
You have
Okay,
bourbons
man.
together.
100%. Like, no. That's, no. All right, next down.
Let me tell you about the final question here. We've been hearing it for a while.
Yes.
I know Neal's ready for it.
Yes.
Is next year finally the year the kids arrive for the Red Wings?
They've been giving us some of the kids some of the time. I have to believe next year is the year to bring the kids up. Because you do have some talent. It may not be great talent, but it's good talent. Grand Rapids is having a very fine season.
They are.
So I would just do it. It's pro sports is a young man's league or leagues. NFL young man leagues. NHL young man leagues. So look at the young guys who are playing defense in the National Hockey League. So you got to get young, and you got to hope and pray that these guys can play. So
Well,
yes.
Go ahead, Gordon.
Well, one thing I want to push back on, Terry, our AHL team is kind of full of 30-year-olds. I mean, Leonard,
Some.
Dries.
We do have a bunch of Yaxels down there, don't we?
Yeah, no, we really do. We really do.
We really do, man. I mean, Spenny?
No, you're right. I mean, all of these guys are getting older. Obviously, you've got younger guys coming up that are going to make a difference with the Plants.
Like, Kosa's been a Red Wing. He's almost pension eligible. He's been a Red Wing for so long.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
getting his 401k going.
Yeah, right. Woodward Sports Chat thread, BMO40. If his name was Uncle T instead of Stevie Y, he would be Ishkan. Well, BMO, did Uncle T win a cup at Tampa? Plus, and you know what, BMO? It matters. Yeah, like, he's the prodigal son for the Red Wings. He is. He saved the franchise as a player. He did. Like, and like, look, you can say, what does it matter? It matters. It does. Whether you like that or not, it's immaterial. It's a fact. Like, the guy's been pretty much a lifelong Red Wing. You know what I'm saying? And the time he stepped away from the Red Wings, oh, yeah, they won a Stanley Cup. Now, situation was different. He didn't walk into a Ken Holland production. He walked into Stamkos and Victor Hedman as kids, obviously, and a great goaltender. And he had quite the opposite of that here. He had Franz Nielsen making $6 million here at 36 years old. That's what he had. So, and you guys can get mad about that all you want. It happened. I can pull it up for you. Dante151 Super Duper Chat. Yeah, let's have the Red Wings bring back Patrick Kane out like how Chicago Loyola brought out Sister Jean like a friggin' piñata on the sidelines with a balloon. It's to the point of no return for Kane. They want a Sister Jean Patrick Kane.
I mean,
that's
listen,
aggressive.
I know, like, he's got 56 points and stuff like that. Like I said, if he doesn't have the puck on his stick in the offensive zone or on a one-on-none breakaway,
it's a minus.
It's a minus.
Yeah.
I mean, he's slow to get back. He's negative defensively. He costs you with ugly penalties. It's if you can have him on your team, and he is a specialist. And like every team needs a guy like that. Like obviously, he's going to go somewhere if he wants to play again next year. But if you have him in the top six, I said it at the beginning of the year. I'll say it again. You're not making the playoffs.
You're probably right.
I don't really care about that, but if he was 25 or 26, I say bring him back. But now that he's 56, I'm like,
Terry, he's not 56.
well, he may as well be.
He's not 56, Terry.
Shoot him in the head and send him on his way.
All right, take the break. Go to Russell.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. Let's talk about Planet Fitness, everybody. We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios, best gym in the gym game. There's a gym outside the door here right now. It charges $80 a month. The black card at Planet Fitness has been $24.99 a month as long as I can remember. You get access to every Planet Fitness in the world. They're all huge gyms. They all have tons of equipment. The treadmills, everything. I was just at Planet Fitness no more than an hour and a half ago getting it in. I love Planet Fitness, man. I'll never be a member at another gym. They have corporate stuff for me to say to you, but the fact of the matter is someone that works out a lot, I'll never be a member at a place other than Planet Fitness. Hard stop. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weight.
And let me tell you about Thrive. Tired of the midday crash from sugary energy drinks? It's time to level up with Thrive energy pouches. Made it right here in the in the USA. Thrive delivering fast-acting energy with elite cognitive focus using all natural caffeine. The best part, it's all clean, all energy, zero sugar, and absolutely zero crash. Grab Thrive Energy in wintergreen, peach, peppermint, and cinnamon. Scan the QR code on the screen right now or go to dipstop.com to grab a tin. Use promo code WSN at checkout to get 15% off your entire order. Seriously, guys, they just effing work.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
All right, everybody, look, there's regular sports bars. Then there's Art and Jake's. Nobody comes close. Certainly on a game day, nobody comes close. Top-tier menu, great drinks, high-definition TVs, literally everywhere your head turns, multiple TVs. They have the best media setup. They have the best menu. They have the best deals. It's all there for you, man, at Art and Jake. Scan the QR code, find out which one of the 6 locations works best for you. And, again, get in there, guys. They have the $5 shorts of Sam Adams Cherry Wheat on select days. There's no place better, guys. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting, a fine dining flavor. All right, back at it, Big D Energy. We're just a couple weeks away from the NFL draft. So what we do here on Big D Energy, we go straight to the source. We like to welcome in a man that, in my opinion, is pound for pound, dollar for dollar, one of the best, if not the best NFL draft guy in the nation. Not in Detroit, that's easy to say, but in the nation. Our guy, Russell Brown, joining us here on Big D Energy. Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster. My friend, I know it's draft time because we're catching back up. You can follow him on X at Russ NFL Draft. I would subscribe to his Substack as well. The Draft Report. It's, guys, bottom line, this man knows his stuff. Russ, what's poppin', man? You all right?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Let me say something, Russell. Everybody was all excited today. I thought they were excited because it was Bourbon Friday.
Which it is.
I thought they were excited because I'm back in the studio. But all I heard was, Russell is great. Oh, wait until you talk to Russell. Your life is going to change. So, welcome. And I can't wait.
No, Russell, let me just start here. 30,000 foot of the draft. And, look, there's always curveballs and there's always things that happen that people don't expect. Russ, am I wrong in saying I think on surface this NFL draft is pretty much the most upfront that we've seen in a long time, i.e., the first 15-ish picks, the teams that are picking, where they're at, they seem to have a pretty clear agenda of what they're doing. Would you agree with that? Am I full of shit? Where do you think I am with that?
No, I think you're right. I think there's a lot of teams out there with quite a few obvious needs, and I think it makes things a little bit easier as far as pinpointing on what direction teams may go. Obviously, teams are going to follow the model of best player available, draft good football players. That's still going to happen, and we fully expect that. But I'm with you. I think as you start going through each pick, like, hey, we know that the Saints need a wide receiver. It's easy to give them Mekhi Lemon out of USC or Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. You look at the Lions. Well, I know we're going to get into it, but it's very clear to me they need an offensive tackle. There's a lot of offensive tackles that should be available by the time they draft at 17. It might not necessarily be the guy that we want, but it just seems very straightforward. I think there's a lot of smoke screens at this time of the year. A lot of people are saying there's going to be a lot of trades. Well, we hear that year over year over year, and then there's not those trades. So I think it's going to be very straightforward, kind of pedal to the metal, foot on the gas, and teams are going to take their guys, and then they're going to move forward to the next round. And that's the way that I view this draft. But yeah, I'm with you. I think it's very straightforward here.
Russell, the key is not what you think the Lions should do, which I'm sure is going to be very educational and probably the right answer. But what would Brad Holmes, what would he do?
Yeah, Russ, I mean, let's just bottom line it then. Let's just get into it, right? Which offensive lineman they taking? Let's cut the shit.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? Like I've said this often throughout the offseason this year. If they walk out of round one without an offensive tackle, I'm going to worry a little bit because I think there's a drop-off from offensive tackles when you get into round two. Like Caleb Tiernan out of Northwestern at pick 50 would be okay, but I have some doubts there. Like really steady. He's a local kid. He went to Country Day. He's from Livonia, 6'8", big guy. He makes some sense, but at the end of the day, like I question foot speed. I wonder how he's going to handle inside counters and spin moves. I really worry about him. So like if you're not drafting a Blake Miller or a Monroe Freeling, I don't know. I have some doubts there. So I think when I look at checking boxes, the two players that immediately stand out to me, one is Caleb Lomu out of Utah. The other is Blake Miller out of Clemson. You look at Blake Miller, I mean, he checks so many boxes. Over 3,400 snaps, has the most career snaps played for a Clemson offensive lineman in history. He's a steady starter on the right side, 54-game starter, only missed one game in his career. He's the type of player that gets a ton of praise for his character and the way that he carries himself, great grip strength. And if they're going to really move Penei Sewell to the left side, which it sounds like Dan Campbell wants to do, if they don't go get a guy like Blake Miller, I think it's a bit of a disservice. And I don't think he's going to be there in the second round. So go out and get that guy. Now, let's say they don't go Penei to the right from the left side. They put him to the right side. Go out and get a Caleb Lomu. I mean, you're talking clean bill of health, only 21 years of age. You're not going to have to worry about this guy in the nighttime or in the daytime. He's engaged. You're going to get married. And fellas, we all know how that goes. You get married, life settles down a little bit. This is a family guy, and this is a player that loves football. He's a strong finisher, bit of a waist bender, but super flexible in his lower half. And I just love the way he plays the game. His anchor is going to get tested, but Caleb Lomu is a fine player and makes a ton of sense for Detroit. So those would be the two players at the top of the list for me. And then aside from that, Monroe Freeling, I mean, he reminds me so much of Taylor Decker, 6'7", 315 pounds, over 35-inch arms. There's much to be desired with his length and the bend and flexibility. He's a great athlete. He climbs to the second level with ease. And to see the growth from Monroe Freeling early in the season to the end of the season is, I think, something that's going to have the Lions really sprint into the podium. But he's probably the best pure left tackle in this draft, and I think he's going to go a little bit sooner than 17.
We're talking with Russell Brown here. He is our NFL draft guy. He's been featured on Westwood One, ESPN Radio as well. Follow him on Twitter at Russ NFL Draft. Do yourself a favor. If you're serious about the draft, Russell Brown is a must follow. He's got his NFL Draft Report Substack out there as well. You spend money on a lot of dumber stuff in your life than that. So get in there with that as well. He puts a lot of time into it, a lot of effort. And you guys, look already. You guys know what he's about if you're new to Woodward Sports. Some of the 103,000 subscribers that we have, I think you guys will agree Russ knows his stuff. All right, since we're talking about, Lions specific and Lions dependent and all that kind of stuff. All right, Russ, so let's roadmap this a little bit as far as the Lions are concerned. Just assuming it's the offensive line. Let's just start with that basis. as we've done this, and as I've looked at it over the course of the last couple of weeks, and this will continue, I think, all the way up until the draft day, there seems to be kind of a rotation of names that you see associated with the Lions. Monroe Freeling, as you talked about, he has kind of been, at the beginning, said he'll be available around there. He's kind of edging up a little bit to that 13, 12, 11, 10 spot. You go Ioane, the guard from Penn State as well. Caden Proctor's been getting a lot of run and a lot of mention lately. He was a super high prospect. He kind of fell back during the college football season. He's edging his way back up. When Caleb Lomu that you just brought up, he was a top 10 guy for sure, and now he's kind of leaking back down into that mid-teens region, kind of getting associated with the Lions to some degree. When this music, you talked about Blake Miller as well, I think he's on the come up now, as people like yourself have been talking about. When this musical chair stop with the offensive linemen in the draft, who do you think will be the 1 to 2 that will be available when the Lions pick? And I understand, Russ, you get the right to change your mind as things happen, but here today on Bourbon Friday, Russ, on Big D Energy, who will be the 1 to 2 that kind of make their way available to the Lions?
I think the two that immediately stand out, I mentioned Caleb Lomu. I have not talked a lot about Spencer Fanu. I would say he would be certainly in the mix if he ends up being there. I think he could be. Just simply because I don't necessarily know where he fits if Francis Maui-Noa goes, if Monroe Freeling goes. Caden Proctor, I think, might be gone. But I know there's been a lot of smoke screens around him to Detroit. I know the national media, specifically Daniel Jeremiah, has said like he won't get past the Lions at 17. But I struggle with Caden Proctor a little bit. He's a little bit lower on my list than other players. He's he's in my top 50, but he's around 45 or 46 on the board. So to kind of answer the question, and I can get into Proctor as well, but with Fanu, I thought he was a player that, in 2024, he had a ton of aggression. He finished his blocks. He didn't necessarily show that in 2025, but he's a player that's a great athlete. There's a lot of thought that he can play 5 positions up front. I don't think he'll play center for a team like the Lions. I think he could be a plug-and-play right tackle for him or for them, but he's a great athlete, and he's going to execute on a high level in zone blocks. So the Lions are going to want to try to execute outside zone for Jahmyr Gibbs, but then they're going to want to pin and pull, and they're going to pull these guys and run counters. So you're going to see GT counters. So we're talking guard tackle. Those guys are going to pull. You need a guy that's going to be able to move, and I think Fanu can do that. And this is a player that, pad level is going to rise at times on contact. The lack of length is going to be a question mark at times, but I think he's one of the most consistent players in this draft. And whether he plays right tackle, athletic enough to play left tackle, he can be a guard. I think he can start right out of the gate. So I think if he's there, that might be a player low key that they're really in on. As I mentioned, Caleb Lomo for sure. And if it ends up being, Caden Proctor, and as we move down the list, he's a player that, like I said, he's in that 40 range. He's 46th overall for me. There's much to be desired for him to, be 21 years of age. There's the size at 6'7", 352, great length. But I worry about his weight. There's been times that he, played at 380 pounds, 369 pounds. I've got a variety of weights listed from scouts here, and I just don't know which one he's comfortable at. And then, you hear the discourse after you draft him or you put him in a mock draft, and everybody's like, well, worst case scenario, I got him as a really good guard. Well, in my draft, I don't need a guard. I need a tackle. I need this guy to play tackle for me. So I think he's got great grip strength. I think he's a good athlete, but I think there's a little bit of body control issues, balance concern issues with Caden Proctor, where I would, proceed with caution a little bit if I took him at 17. Sure, in a perfect scenario, he can start at left tackle for you, but I think there's some technical refinement there, and I think the upside, it's a swing, but he might be a player that has to move inside because he can't get his weight under control.
Russell, let me tell you a little something about me. It doesn't take me a half hour to ask a question like young Neal over here. I'm going to get
we got time. It's Bourbon Friday.
We should be quicker. That buckberry juice should be running through you. You'd be like, hey, here's what I want to know. Here's what I want to know. I think they should get a tackle. Young Neal, tackle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Spencer, tackle.
Yes.
How surprised would you be if Brad Holmes said, fuck all y'all. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm getting a safety or a running back or a wide receiver or
Terry.
something else. Would that stun you?
I'll be honest. It wouldn't stun me because Brad is true to himself, and he always talks about conviction. That's the number one word he always talks about. We are convinced that this player is a good fit for our football team. He's a good football player. So if they walked out of here with Hakeem Messidor out of Miami as a pass rusher, or a safety, as you said, like a Dylan Thieneman, every time I watch Dylan Thieneman, I think, man, Dan Campbell's probably licking his chops because this guy's super physical in the box, plays a bit of that rover role as a 3-high safety. He's going to run. He doesn't play necessarily the way that he tested, but he can carry with tight ends up the seam consistently, a good zone defender, rangy. But I think if you think about what they've done all offseason, they've added so much to the defense with one-year deals, and that safety room and that corner room, there's a lot of players in there right now. There's a lot of mouths to feed, and I don't think that's all for nothing, because at that point, like if you went and brought in all those guys, you could have just went and got yourself a better offensive tackle, or you could have went with a pass rusher and then just add it to the secondary through the draft. But I think, and furthermore on that, I think like if you don't draft a tackle, you still have a concern for a left or a right tackle. And all of the pieces that you've done up front with Cade Mays and Juice Scruggs and Larry Borum, it's all for nothing. Because if the offense isn't going, this team isn't going anywhere. We saw that this past year. This team needs an offense that can keep Jared Goff upright and they can sustain something on the ground. So I would be a little stunned if they did that. But at the end of the day, like I wouldn't be fully surprised because Brad Holmes is true to himself and they have conviction on certain players. But I just have a hard time believing they wouldn't be happy with one of these tackles.
Russell Brown, our guest, the streets talking in the Woodward Sports chat thread, Real Cream of Reed. Oh, okay, Russ has some credibility now. I agree, Proctor is so overrated. Wheezy D313, Proctor is clearly Mekhi Becton and will be turned into a guard, too tubby, not worth the pick. Creston Miller in the chat. Finally, someone on here who actually knows WTF they're talking about. I told you that. That's why we went and got Russ on, right, Spenny?
Yeah, that's why we bring him in. He definitely knows a lot more than any of us. And Russ,
you guys are too kind.
Taking Terry's going forward with that, like, who would that be? If there's, because you're right at the spot at 17 where if somebody slips out of the top 10, if somebody, Brad Holmes, we've seen he's not afraid to move up to get his guy. Is that there? If something like a Sonny Styles or something like that slips out of the top 10, could you see Brad making the move to go get a guy like that?
I think so. First and foremost, great Halo 2 shirt, by the way. Great video game. Phenomenal job. But, yeah, no, that said, I think that they could have some conviction in trading up. And I've often said that, too. Like, I think that they can move down from 17, move up from 17, or move down or move up from 50. Like, I think that they might get a little aggressive. And it wouldn't surprise me. I think 50 to 32 is a huge jump. But, I mean, Seattle only has 4 picks in this draft. So, like, if they moved from 50 to 32, it would take a little bit to get up there. But I could see a scenario where they walk out with, like, a Caleb Lomu or a Blake Miller and then trade up and at 32 take a Malachi Lawrence or something like that. Like, I could 100% see that. But just from 17 with what we know, I mean, that's the unknown. So going with what we know, I think if they moved up from 17, I think Caleb Downs would be a player that they would be really intrigued with. I think Sonny Styles for sure, but really the one for me is Ruben Bain. I don't know how anybody looks at Ruben Bain and doesn't think, hey, that's a Detroit Lion. Like, that's a player that I think would fit so well opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, because you're going to get slide protection opposite of Hutch to Ruben Bain, and now Hutch is one-on-one, or vice versa. They're going to slide that protection to Aiden Hutchinson, and now Ruben Bain's one-on-one. And I think, sure, lack of arm length is a little concerning, but the power, the physicality in the run game, the hand variation and hand speed that he plays with, and that bend and flexibility for his size and frame, it is next level. And I think that's a player that if he's sitting there at like 7 or 8, I wouldn't be surprised if they get a little antsy and think, hey, we want to go up and get this pass rusher. We're going to move some of these 4th-round picks and a 3rd next year, and we're going to move up and go get our guy, and then we'll kind of address offensive tackle from there. I wouldn't call that a failure if they went out and got one of these elite guys.
Russ, we appreciate you, man. And that's kind of been my thing. The resume says for everyone that questions what he does in free agency and says he kind of slow rolls it and plays it soft, one thing we know for sure, the draft, he has shown that he will get aggressive, more aggressive than most.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think that's something too. Like, the amount of times that he's moved on from 3rd-round picks and gotten aggressive there. Like, sure, there's times where I want him to be a little bit more aggressive in free agency and go spend big, but I love that he values the draft picks and he understands how the money works and moves for future deals and all of that. So I think there is going to be some aggressive points here at some point in this draft, whether it's day 1, 2, or 3. And I can't really fault for the way that he operates because he's really given me no reason to fault him up to this point. Outside of, that 2024 class, there's some question marks there. But 4 out of 5 drafts is pretty solid, I think. Batting an 80% there is pretty solid for a general manager because there's a lot of teams out there that's struggling, and we're case in point of that over the, that's why we are the way that we are, because we've had so many bad drafts in the past, and I think Brad Holmes has done a really good job building through the draft.
Russell Brown, everybody, our guy. Follow him on X at Russ NFL Draft. Subscribe to his Substack, The Draft Report. And he does it, man. I honestly believe that. Again, I'm not just blowing smoke. I've done a lot of shows with the guy. I know what he's about, and I hope that you guys know what he's about, too.
Do you know who we just talked to?
Who's that?
Russell, I don't fuck around Brown.
That's a great street name. That's a great street name. Russ, we appreciate you, man. We'll tap back in again as it gets closer, all right?
Be good.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Appreciate it, guys.
There he is.
Shout out, Russ. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, that's the guy right there, man.
Yeah, that's
him and Scott Bischoff, dude. I'll put him up against anybody that's on TV.
Absolutely. Like I said, we didn't get to ask him. I guarantee he's already started his stuff for next year.
Yeah.
The guy's a sicko, man.
There's no other way to say it.
I love it.
Yeah. And he's like, he can talk, right? Like he's good.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a fine line. There's so few of us out there, Benny.
It's tough. It's tough.
It
tough.
Really
is.
It's not really because it's a gift.
It is a gift.
It's a gift. And he
not
has
tough for me.
Command of the King's English.
Yes.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Mike G. What time will Neal mock Aiden Hutchinson today? Set a timer, man. Well, Mike, he is the second highest paid edge in the game.
He is.
Okay. Was that fast enough?
Defensive Player of the Year finalist. Coming off a broken leg. I was very happy with Hutch's season last year.
And you'll be very happy if you hit up Supreme Lending for your mortgage needs. That's right. They're a full-service lender, a 99% on-time closing rate, and a 97% customer satisfaction score. But here's what it is, everybody. Mention Woodward Sports. You'll get up to $500 off of your appraisal. That's right. Just call Chad. Call Chris on the screen. You guys know we've talked to Chad here in studio. Regular dude like the rest of us, man. His phone number's right up there. Mention Woodward Sports. And here's the idea, too. If you're not necessarily buying a house today, maybe next year is going to be the time. Give them a call, man. They can tell you what's out there. There are programs out there you have no idea are even out there, everyone. So, again, Chad and Chris, those are our guys. Supreme Lending, that's our team.
And what about Sun Cruiser?
On draft night, what do you think is going to be the beverage of choice?
It's probably Sun Cruiser.
Yeah, you're probably right, because that's the way it's going to happen. It's awesome, everybody. 4.5% alcohol, just 100 calories, 1 gram of sugar, no bubbles. Checks all the boxes. Great taste. I drink them often, man. I love them. I don't know what else to say. They're a proud partner of the Detroit Lions. It's real iced tea, real vodka. All of it is in there for you. Try it. Get it at the grocery store. It's elite. Sun Cruiser.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
Mark your calendars for Friday, April 17th. The heavyweights are heading to the Sioux for another food review at the brand new Black Rock Bar and Grill inside Kewadin Casino in Sault Ste. Marie. Get there early because Red Wings legend Darren McCarty is kicking things off with a meet and greet at 4 p.m. Come hang out with the crew, talk some sports, and experience Black Rock's famous steaks sizzling on a 755-degree volcanic rock. Head up there to the new Black Rock Bar and Grill inside Kewadin Casino in Sault Ste. Marie. We'll see you there. It's not just a meal, it's an experience. Check them out at blackRockRestaurants.com. What about jars?
Guys, one of my favorite holidays of the year is coming up. 420, but you can get deals for 420 from April 17th to 20th at Jars. 50% off select brands all weekend long, guys. You can get stash bag, food truck giveaways, all at Jars locations on 420 while supplies last. You got to celebrate 420 the right way with Jars. More info at jarscannabis.com.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Terry Foster here on a Bourbon Friday, on a 4-Down Friday. We have Spencer Raxter in the building. Our guy Gordon is here also. And all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, shout out Russ. We will definitely get him back on for sure. Terry, I just talked about this with you privately, publicly.
Mm-hmm.
Can we work out getting Isaiah in studio?
I will work on that.
Okay.
I've got a bogus number for him that I got to get the better one for him.
Okay.
But we'll work on it. He likes us.
Okay, good.
Shout out Zeke.
So yeah, he'll do that.
I want to do a 30-minute thing, no commercials, none of that stuff. Where I want to go through it and I want to talk real with him. I do.
He's a real talker.
He is a real, and I think we'll line up pretty well. Like for instance, I want to ask him why has he slept on nationally in NBA history. I want to ask him that in his mind.
Because Jordan hates him.
That is true. But you know what? I think it's more Scottie Pippen than Jordan.
Okay.
I think Scottie Pippen got Jordan all riled up. And he's like, man, fuck Isaiah. Because Isaiah and Jordan had a date-time. They actually went out to dinner and broke bread and talked. But then Scottie Pippen was like, no, we can't have that happening.
I have another question. I feel like he's kind of slept on locally in Detroit, to whereas he should be one of, if not, the best athlete ever to be in Detroit sports. I believe that.
That's true. Well, it was in 1989 and 1990. That's a long time ago. And the young people here, who I love all you guys, short memories.
But Terry, I think social media, and I think Isaiah's done a great job of, he does all the smoke. He does all the podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
He does all the podcasts. And I found that like Instagram has a lot of reverence for Isaiah. I do believe that his name is spoken on fairly well in terms of social media, Instagram, the new podcast circuits, all of that. I think he's done a very, very good job. But I do believe that he slept on even here locally.
No, he is. You know how I know that? Because young people don't know how to spell his name. They spell it incorrectly.
Yeah.
Now, have you seen, and I don't like to brag, but I do, have you seen the Instagram when I was mentioned with the walkout?
Yes.
The walkout, I still think the Pistons should have walked out on Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls.
100%.
Because they were so disrespectful. But Isaiah says he regrets it.
And we can talk about that too.
Yeah.
I want to ask Isaiah, why has history scrubbed when the Celtics did it? When the Celtics did it, it was this thing that was revered and like, well, there go the Celtics and they're walking off the floor. They're great champions. But the Pistons do it and it's a problem.
Well, supposedly, and I think this is bullshit, the Celtics left because they feared for their safety at the Silverdome when they walked out on the Pistons.
Oh, okay.
Because the badass Piston teams are going to kick Kevin McHale's ass.
Okay. Sure.
But and I agree with you, sure. But it's the perception is okay. The Celtics were considered good guys because Kevin McHale talked to Isaiah and shook his hand, while Larry Bird and Robert Parrish, they were gone when that happened. But what's not talked about is that John Sally did the same thing that Kevin McHale did.
Right.
But he stayed back, shook their hands, said congratulations, blah, blah. So it was the same thing, but the Pistons always considered thugs.
It's just, to me, could you imagine if in the Warriors, LeBron, that era, like the teens, the 2000 teens of NBA basketball, it was Golden State and LeBron, more or less, right? Could you imagine that if some team that had, like, say, a modern times version of Isaiah Thomas ended up with the Wizards, and he dragged that franchise up and dragged that city up and interrupted all of that and won back-to-back championships for the Wizards with, and like, look, this is going to sound disrespectful, and obviously it's not, with no help when he showed up. He showed up on his own.
Right.
And took over that franchise and willed them to back-to-back championships.
But even during that first championship season, it wasn't supposed to be the Pistons. You know what it was supposed to be?
The Cavs.
The Cavs.
Yep.
The Cavs were kicking their ass early in the season and busting everybody else. So it was supposed to be the Cavs who were supposed to disrupt or interrupt the Magic Bird era to Michael Jordan. But then Pistons were like, man, fuck it. The Pistons sensed that the Cavs were soft.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Daugherty, Mark Price, Larry Nance, they acknowledged that was a talented team. But once the Pistons found out they were kind of like panty wasters, they took advantage of them. Pistons were 5 games behind Cleveland. And then when they found out that they were bitches, they're in first place ahead of the Cavs in like 18 days.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Mike G. Why can't Neal land his own interviews? Tom Mazaway lands a bunch of interviews. I know. The numbers dictate those are great choices, right?
Right, Tom Mazaway got us some nice chairs here.
he absolutely did.
Falling apart.
Terry and Isaiah are very, very good friends. And Mike G, like, we can do it this way. Like, I have Isaiah's number, but Terry would be here with it, and they're friends. Like, so why wouldn't it be more normal for Terry to facilitate it? Terry, you're my friend, right?
If somebody needs you to do a banquet, I would approach you. You can always say no. You won't hurt my feelings.
Absolutely. DNC ENT. To be fair, Terry, there are people that spend 2 hours with Neal here every day, and they still spell his name Neil. You know what, DNC ENT? I don't care, because I've had checks with Neal and checks with Neil sent to my house, and they cash them both.
Oh! But there's a big difference. Isaiah Thomas is an icon in this city. Isaiah Thomas brought championships to Detroit. You should at least know how to spell his name and not call him by the little short Isaiah Thomas, who had a short career and not as lucrative.
Right. The bank takes, it doesn't matter how you spell it. The banks have always taken the checks. That's all I care about.
You know how I thought on how to spell Neal's name? And Neal and not Neil? Is because this guy is A-OK. So I'm like, Neal. Take it to the bank.
Absolutely. Big dog and name, image, and likeness. Shout out the Michigan hat. That was a cash transaction.
Shout out. Yep.
They dropped off the bag for that one. EX27 Evolution. Top 5 Neals.
Top 5 Neals?
I think that works. I'll put it on the list.
Yeah, we can do that.
All
for
right,
sure.
I'll put it on. That is a good one. I never
You know
thought
what?
about that.
You know who gets texts from me? They're meant for you. Neal Rubin.
Neal Rubin. Shout
that's
out.
happened a lot. I got invited. So speaking of Michigan, Mike G, you'll like this one.
Oh, be careful.
Yeah,
be careful.
You'll like this one. Bruce Maggi, who is a Michigan, media legend.
Shout out.
Bruce and I are friends, believe it or not.
No.
Yes, they are. I have friends in the accounting department, friends that were coaches.
No
you
way.
must not be that good of friends.
Yeah.
His name is Mahdi,
Yeah.
not Maggi.
Okay. Anyway, so Bruce texted me one time, and he's like, hey, are you free on Tuesday afternoon? And I was like, yeah, Bruce, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm free. And he goes, yeah, we're setting up this golf thing. One of your other buddies is going to be playing in it. And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, man. Let me check the time and get back to you. 5 minutes later, he texts back. He's like, oh, I meant to send that to Neal Rubin.
Oh!
I was like, good. Ann Arbor's course is far
You know what,
away.
Neal? You should, when somebody says, hey, are you free on this day? You should never say yes. Just say, first of all, you need to find out what it is, because the only reason people want to hang out with you is they want you to speak at something. Now,
true.
If I say, hey, Neal.
Oh, man.
What are you doing Tuesday afternoon?
You usually want to drink bourbon, so
yeah,
I'm free.
drink some bourbon. I'm not having you speak at anything. We're going to go out and have some bourbon.
Yeah, like that's, 100%.
Some
that's
buckberry
it.
juice.
So we'll do that one. Top 5 Neal.
Somebody help this old guy out, man.
Where is he going?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
He might be.
He'll be in the picture soon.
No, this guy's going a half mile an hour, which is a little rocky.
All right, now he's getting going a little bit.
That's going to be me one day.
Shout out.
And I'm hoping
Terry,
you guys say, hey, T, let me get you some tennis balls and your walkers.
Terry, I would help you to go.
Spoiler,
I hope so.
Spoiler alert, man. That's going to be all of us at one time. I've always thought about that, man. Like, when you're behind somebody that's walking slow at the store or whatever, man.
Right.
Hey, chill out, dude. It's going to be you one day.
Yeah,
it's going to be you.
You know, I'm trying to avoid for as long as possible that old man walk where you're leaned over and
the hunch.
Right, absolutely.
And
EX27 Evolution. Look, it's Larry Murphy. Now come on, dude. Larry's great.
Larry's
he's a great
that was
dude.
Patrick Kane.
All right, let's take the break and get on the clock, and then we come back firing. All right, we got
sounds good.
We got Pistons, Lions, NFL, sports media, right?
Yeah, and I got something that people in the chat are going to need, because some people in the chat seem just extremely, extremely hurt and fragile. And if you need a safe space to talk to you about how great you are and how great your team is.
Even if you go 1-9 in the Frozen
Four. 1-9, you can go to Pure Psychiatry. We talk about sports every day. Wins, losses, pressure, expectations. But real life, that's not always easy. At Woodward Sports, you're never alone, and neither is your mental health journey. Pure Psychiatry provides personalized psychiatric care designed specifically for you. Not a cookie-cutter plan. With 16 locations in Michigan and 2 in Ohio, they make getting help accessible and comfortable. If you've been thinking about taking that first step, visit PurePsychMI.com.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
Royal Junior Jesters at Gold Crown. Listen, shout out to Cheyenne, their marketing director. She dropped off a care package for us, and it's amazing. I've been smoking these things all week. They were out at opening day getting some content. I had some in my pocket. I never leave home without them. They're perfect for when you're on the go because they're the little dog walkers. They don't take a lot of time, but they still get the job done because they're coated in keef and live rosin infused. So make sure you check it out. They come in a 5-pack. Go to goldcrownextracts.com to find a store near you. Smoke like royalty and all rise for the king of royal highs with Gold Crown.
All right, back at it. 4 Down Friday, Bourbon Friday, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Let me clean up some of these super chats as well. Really, Mr. Biggs in the super chat. Brad is that rich uncle with rings on that always say, I ain't got no money, man, I'm broke, while he's counting money.
Right.
Let me see. We did the Dante 151 Patrick Kane Sister Jean comparisons. You said, was that Patrick Kane that was walking by there, as a matter of fact? Sideless in the super chat. Some of these kids are getting ready to go from Red Wings prospects to Griffin legends. Names will be in the Van Andel rafters, not Detroit, though.
Shout out.
Are they overseasoned down there?
I think that's the case. There's no such thing as 4A in hockey, but maybe it's just warning track power in the NHL. Were they good enough to play on the amateur level or the under amateur, whatever it is, but not good enough for the NHL?
Michael Weary, but no one said anything when the Boston Celtics walked out. I agree. I 100% agree with you.
Once again, that supposedly the Boston Celtics were feared for their lives because the hostile crowd at the Silverdome was going to kick their asses and murder Larry Bird. That was the scenario that they played back in the day.
All right, Gordon stepping in here. Spenny's got to step away for a second. So, Gordon, you ready to rock with some Lions 4 down, my friend?
Sure am, Neal.
All right, T-Foss, let's go.
All right, first down. Now that maybe some of your free agent anger has died down, how do you feel about Cade Mays?
Terry, I liked it, man. Like, that was my one non-negotiable in free agency, and they got one of the best availables. What happened in the center market to some degree, when you look at what the Raiders did, it got irresponsible and out of control. Like, literally a center got Penei Sewell money. I liked it, Terry. He can play. Like, look, is he perfect? No, according to PFF, he's not perfect. But, Terry, we needed a center badly.
No, the Lions needed a center badly. I'm okay with it, and I have to stick to my guns. I don't believe in free agency paying for these exorbitant prices or contracts, because what you do is you're paying for what they did and not what they're about to do. So I'm cool with Cade. Came in with a manageable salary, so I'm good with it.
Yep, looks to be a very, very solid player. So, I'm happy with it, man. Second down.
All right, second down. The Lions offense will have their 5th different play caller in 6 years this season with Drew Petzing. That's crazy to hear, isn't it?
Terry, when I read that, I couldn't believe it. And it's pretty incredible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. There's so many amendments in the Constitution. No, but Terry, it almost, and like, look, I've always said this, that we kind of take the offense for granted here. Even last year when they weren't good, they were still one of the best in the NFL, and the quarterback still put up the numbers, and the receiver put up the numbers, and the running back put up the numbers. Like, when you boil it all down, Terry, it's pretty incredible that they've been as good as they have been through the inconsistency of the play callers.
This is what you're supposed to do. Here's what we're used to here. We're used to a coordinator staying here 5, 6, 7 years. You know why? Because nobody wants them. When you're good, you have to figure out who's my next play caller, who's my next whatever. That's going to be the case for the Lions. If they are consistently good, and if they are a Super Bowl, if they become a Super Bowl contender, this is what happens with good teams. With the Lions, the reason people stayed here because nobody the fuck wanted them. So you stay in Detroit. Don't come to my team because you're not messing me up. So this is what you're supposed to do when you are a contender.
Fair enough, I guess.
Like, if you're over here, my name is Neal Ruhl, I don't want you. But because you're so smooth and you know what the fuck you're talking about and stuff, if I had a competing Woodward network, guess what? I'm calling you and say, Neal, hey, why don't you come on over here to T-Foss Network, Sports Network?
Well, Terry, there's an answer to that question.
Right, and I'll pay you.
Now let's answer this question.
All right, go ahead.
and you know what that question is.
How much am I paying?
Yep. Is it dropped in escrow? Is it guaranteed?
I'm paying you 30% more than you get in here. But if you're going, hi, my name is Neal Ruhl, I sound like I'm drunk on the air, guess what? You ain't getting a phone call from me.
All right, that's fair enough. Well, when you start a network, Terry, holla.
All right.
All right, there you go. Next down.
That could happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, third down. Are you guys cool with Teddy Bridgewater, backup QB? Teddy Two Gloves, he's back.
You guys talk amongst yourselves, and then
right.
I'll finish.
I'll be real short.
Yep.
Hell no. He's not going to help you. He's just a body that maybe knows the system, and that's cute. But and I've realized this: if your backup quarterback is playing for the Lions, they're screwed.
Yeah.
But you can be less screwed if you have somebody else who's been in the league, who's been playing, and hasn't been coaching high school football. So I am not good with it.
Well, here's my concern, right? Listen, Skipper, he's gonna be an NFL assistant for his very first job. Might not go over so well. So Teddy Two Gloves, he's probably gonna go back to his high school coaching gig when this is all over. I think we have to worry about Teddy Two Gloves poaching coaches from our staff, starting with
when
Dan
he goes
Skipper.
back to Miami.
Yeah, starting with Dan Skipper.
Jesus, man. Woodward Sports Chat throughout Michael Weir in the Super Chat. Preach, T-Foss. Who wants an OCDC that goes 16-0? Nick Lacido. Shout out contract opt-outs. Shout out. Make sure you write them in there, everybody. Make yourself the boss.
Yeah.
And let me say this. If Teddy Bridgewater takes one snap for the Lions, they're fucked.
Terry, and that's look, over half the league's going to have a new backup quarterback next year. The salary cap era and the constraints of it all has kind of squeezed out that luxury of the backup quarterback.
True, but let me ask you this question. How many backup quarterbacks were high school football coaches?
Last year.
Not a lot.
One.
Yeah.
The Lions backup quarterback.
No, but Terry, I remain the same. Like look, if your backup quarterback, back to what you just said, if your backup quarterback plays, the odds are you're cooked.
Yep.
You can tell me about that one time the Eagles won a Super Bowl with the backup quarterback. I can tell you about the other million times that nobody won anything and the season collapsed. Right? Is that fair?
That is fair, but I at least want a puncher's chance to have somebody back there who's competent.
Marcus Newsom in the chat. Petzing and Kafka are both coming up with the offense. Those two replacing Morton has been our biggest offensive upgrade, or biggest offseason upgrade by a mile. Wow.
See, here's where I'm coming from. I didn't think Teddy Bridgewater was good even when he was good.
Cornelius, can we stop with this? They just don't want to rattle Jared. Jared Goff has the most passing yards and passing touchdowns over the last 3 years in the NFL. Better than your favorite quarterback. I don't think you can, quote, rattle Jared Goff with a backup quarterback that's $2 million. Sorry, guys. That's a stupid comment.
Yeah, those stats aren't changing just because you draft a quarterback in the 4th round or 5th round. Seriously.
Look, you want to have the discussion. You want to say, there's a portion of his game that I don't like. We can sit there, I could admit that, 100%. However, at throwing the football, he's elite.
Can I raise my hand?
Yes.
Here's how you could rattle Aaron Rodgers. Jared Goff with a backup quarterback. Have your backup quarterback be Aaron Rodgers. If it's Teddy Bridgewater, no.
Yeah. Well, Terry, you're going to spend $15 million on a backup quarterback? You're not Maz.
If you do that, do it on Jameis Winston at least.
Well, yeah, you can get Jameis for $6 million.
I'm in.
America. All right, next down.
All right, 4th down. Guys, all jokes aside, are you guys okay with Tom as a key contributor for this year?
Terry, if you're not, and I will say to the people, if you are not comfortable with Tom Kennedy likely being a key contributor to this team, then that's a you problem, guys, because he ran back punts last year. He catches everything that's thrown to him in a game. Terry, you could get that stupid look off your face, Terry, because the bottom line is when you look at their wide receiver depth chart, he's making this team. And
1,000%.
1,000%.
And you might be right.
He's going to contribute.
Here's what Tom Kennedy is. He's cute.
Yes.
If Tom Kennedy is a major contributor, you're screwed.
I think he will.
You have Lovett and Dortch are both ahead of him in my mind.
He's going to run back punts, man.
Lovett and Dortch can both run back punts too.
Not the way Tom
All right,
Kennedy can.
I don't care.
Why didn't they do it last year?
All right, stop it.
Well, Lovett was.
I don't care if
behind
this
Cleveland.
sounds racist.
Dortch was
I'm going to say it fucking anyway. I don't want a white guy returning punts for my team.
Terry, I'm not mad at it. Unless it's Cooper DeJean, like, I'd be right there with you. I think Dortch and Lovett will both beat him out for the roster. And if they carry 5, which they probably won't, they might. But if they carry 5, it'll probably be Dortch.
I have a dream, Terry, that a white boy can return punts for the Detroit Lions.
Hey, you know what? I'll say this. I love my Caucasian friends. 3 things I don't want you doing.
Okay.
I don't want you returning punts.
Okay.
I don't want y'all returning kickoffs.
Okay.
And I don't want you in the secondary. Other than that, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
But
my ass.
And Cooper DeJean. And
One guy. Give me another one. Give me 4 or 5 of them.
Riley Moss.
Riley Moss sucks.
What? You know what? I think, you know what we should do, Gordon? And Spencer's not invited, and neither is Terry. I think we should organize a walk over the Gordie Howe Bridge for Tom.
Agree. Tom Kennedy walk?
Tom Kennedy to return punts for the Lions.
No. If Donald Trump's in charge, you can't even walk across the Gordie Howe
You know what?
Bridge.
That's okay. We can adjust. We're going to go right down Brush Street.
Yeah,
Right
the oppressors. We will
Stop at
see.
Elmwood Grill.
We are
going to
be the change we want to see.
That's fair.
Is that fair?
Goddamn right.
There's 4 things white people can't do. Return punts, return kickoffs, play in the secondary, and wear an afro. Other than that, have at
My
it.
dad had an afro.
Jay Gebb, Cornball Neal just had a blue chew popped for Goff. Jay Gebb, he leads the NFL in passing yards and passing touchdowns the last 3 years. No one better. Jay Gebb, that's a factual statement. That's a factual statement, guys. So, sorry, Jay Gebb. Argue it. You can't. That wraps that one up. All right, look at that. We're going to get to a break early, everybody. We're doing it. We are back, baby.
We're professionals.
NFL, sports business, Pistons, Terry. That's what.
Yeah, I got one if you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we got left. Where are we going here? Mad Packs?
Mad Packs. Yeah, let me tell you about Mad Packs. Go to getmadpacks.com. Find a store near you carrying the best product in the game. Whether it's the high-low pre-rolls, the Boom Shakalaka Tarantulas, the THCA Blizzard Pack Infused Moonrocks, or any of their top-shelf strains, just go to getmadpacks.com and find a store near you carrying the best product out there. Mad flavor, mad high, Mad Packs.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
Buddy's Pizza, everyone. Look, graduation season is coming up. If you're going to have a big gathering, why not go to buddiespizza.com, take a look at the catering menu, use the promo code Woodward20, and save 20% off your order of $200 or more when you cater. The people are happy. They get a great meal. They get the original Detroit-style pizza, the pasta, the salads, all of it. You don't have to cook. It's win-win-win for everybody. So again, and oh, by the way, too, if you're out and about downtown, pull up on the Buddies downtown, man. We're out there for events, man. It's a great spot. It's right there close to the stadiums, all of it. Buddies, the original Detroit-style pizza since 1946.
So you got to meet Big Pretty.
I did, as a matter of fact. I didn't even know that she existed.
No, I don't make people up.
I know you don't.
I give them names, and they're actual people.
That is true.
I didn't make her up. She actually exists. She's earning a living. She's living in an apartment somewhere. Don't know where.
Shout out IHOP.
Somewhere in Pontiac.
Woodward Sports chat thread. John Effing Lord. Tom Kennedy walk. Hell yeah. DNC ENT. The Whites aren't running the ball for me either.
Right.
Unless you're on the Patriots.
That is true.
Then the Whites can do anything on the Patriots.
Well, I didn't want to take all your jobs away.
That is also true.
You're taking your jabs.
So there you go. All right, everybody. Let's move on. As a matter of fact, Woodward Sports chat thread. Neal, have you ever seen a company struggle to move tickets to their biggest event of the year in their first year on ESPN, causing arguments in the upper levels of business, leading to on-air talent openly criticizing the state of business and ticket prices? WWE is a living, breathing kamikaze right now. I haven't heard that. DNC, I forgot to get you your MMA sports business. That's on me. That'll be question 1 next week. So I got you. I got you. All right. NFL.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. NFL 4 down, please.
All right. First down in the NFL 4 down. The Department of Justice announced an investigation into
the Tom Kennedy walk.
No.
Oh, all right. Sorry. Move on.
Quote, if the NFL is harming customers with their media rights deals for streaming networks, end quote, ... do politicians have a place in sports?
Terry, I'm going to take this one right here off the rip.
Go ahead.
No, they don't. And generally what I found when politicians interject themselves into sports, it is almost like a rally for them to say, hey, I'm looking out for you. Because you know what the reality of the situation is with the NFL? 100% of your team's games are free over the air for you. 100% of your team's games, whether you're a Jaguars fan, a Lions fan, a Bills fan, a Chiefs fan, 100% of your team's games are free over network television. The ones that are streamed on Netflix, they're available on the affiliate in your town. They make them free for you. So that's bullshit politician talk where they're trying to rally to say, hey, this guy's really looking out for me. The fact of the matter is, everybody, your team's games are free over the air. They just are.
Today, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to take all that away from you. They're trying to take the big games away from you. They're trying to take the AFC, NFC championship games away from you where you have to pay for them. One day, because you are complicit with what the NFL is doing, you're going to say, hey, oh, God, I had to pay $25 to watch the Super Bowl. I'm pissed. I'm going to say, well, fuck it. I don't care because you allowed this to happen. What they're doing, today, if you want to see the Lions play 16 games for free, you can do that. But what this is all about is how are we going to charge you knuckleheads to pay for the AFC championship game, convince you knuckleheads to pay for the NFC championship game and the Super Bowl. They're looking at bigger things than what you're looking at right now.
The advertising money is so great for the Super Bowl, the conference championship games. It defeats their we're a long way off from them charging you to watch the Super Bowl. A long way off.
But they're going to do it.
I don't think they will.
Tell me it's not going to happen.
When they can get more in revenue for charging you to watch it than they can for advertising. That'll be there's an answer to that. It's a very sound business answer. When it's more profitable to charge you than it is to charge the advertisers.
Okay.
Neal.
But
yes, sir.
You are like, okay, it's on Netflix, paying for it. It's on Amazon or Primetime, paying for it. They are setting you up for paying for everything. And you are falling the trap. And when this happens, don't come to tell, hey, T, what happened? We got to pay for everything. As I tried to warn you, that's what's going to happen. I don't feel sorry for you because you guys you fall for the NFL. Whatever they do, I'm buying.
But before we get to Gordon real quick here, though, but Terry, that's going to be their fallback, though. That's why they're Department of Justice proof. Your games are free. Every single one of your team's games have always been free over the air. Always.
Today. Tomorrow, that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, it will be, Terry.
Because
it always will be. That's their protection.
If the NFL, whatever the NFL does, Neal, pulling out your wallet, okay, whatever, okay, here's the check here, bam. Hey, Buffalo, Tampa, and Dublin, you got to pay for it. Neal's like, psh, here's the check. You are falling for the trap.
Okay,
whatever
Terry.
they say, you're falling for the trap, bro.
I'm salty.
You're the reason that the NFL is going to charge for everything.
I'm salty. I canceled all my subscriptions except NFL Plus. So not all of them. All right, Gordon, what'd you have?
I just want to say, I've kind of noticed that when I watch like MLB TV, that maybe not the in-market, like our Tigers games, but the out-of-market games, when it goes to commercial break, there's no commercials.
Yeah.
It's just the ambient noise, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
So has that already started to happen in the MLB where they're making more money off of, the streaming and the subscriptions than the advertising?
Yes, in that because we're all paying for it. But then again, to be fair, we've always paid for it. Like, my favorite is when we have these discussions and the people are like, I wish we had past sports back.
I do too, because I was on it.
Well, but Terry,
making money.
People were paying $10 a month, $12 a month for passports in the 90s.
Okay, but you know what?
By that rationale that everyone wishes they had back, you paid more for that than you do for this now.
All right, I'm going to be really selfish. I don't give a shit. You know why? Because I was appearing on passports. They would give me $250 every time I was on there.
There you go, Terry.
Bam.
Absolutely. Next down.
All right. One last thing. You will never catch me paying for any of those because we get a little scurvy up in here. Like,
I know. And right at the biggest moment, it starts buffering on you. Don't
you
lie.
always say that, Neal, but you underestimate what I got.
No, because I do too. Like, I do it too. It doesn't all the time. I would say in the biggest moments, about half, 40%. Just enough to where you think you're good every time.
Well, normally in the games that are that big, they have multiple streams, so you can just
you could just fire to the next one, but you only fire to the next one when the first one buffers. That's facts, Gordon. Don't look me in the eye and lie to me.
Okay, hey.
I will say this.
When
I like this system better than back in the day when we got channel 247, and if you put the rabbit ears on your house, you got channel. What was that? Toledo. That's all we got, man.
What were you going to say, Gordon?
Well, have fun getting interrupted by the emergency weather reports and all that, because that will never happen to me while I'm technically streaming these
allegedly
these games. Yes.
You know what?
But hey,
the Weather Channel probably saved your life one day, and you don't even realize.
Well,
it.
you got the alerts on the phone. You can stay tapped in.
You don't even realize.
But hey, let me get to second down
down
of the NFL 4 down. The Jacksonville Jaguars announced they are making Travis Hunter a full-time cornerback. Do you guys agree with that?
I don't understand, like, the point of coming out and saying, like, Terry, look, we talked about it, and I love Travis Hunter. Love him.
You do.
He was the Heisman winner in my eyes. He was very clearly the best football player in college football, far and away. It wasn't even a debate. You can't play 130 plays in an NFL game.
Right.
You cannot do it. It's not physically possible. So, like, if you ran to the podium on draft day saying, hey, we're going to get this two-way guy, you were fooling yourself.
PR. That's all it was. First of all, Jacksonville is not a real NFL team. Let's get
Come
that
on,
out the way.
Terry. Give him some credit.
Stop it. Don't argue with me. It's not a real NFL team. So what they got to do is they got to do anything PR-wise to get people to be interested in their team. They don't even play all their games in the United States.
But
right?
They got Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence is a gimmick. That's what he is.
A long, blonde-haired white guy, right, Terry?
A
white guy with long blonde hair.
I'd rather have a long-haired white blonde guy than Travis Hunter. Once again, and this is where I'm trying to help you guys. The white athlete is back. The white athlete is coming forward.
Hell yeah, brother.
Right?
White boy summer.
Yeah.
Right? That Spenny told me.
You know what's going to happen? I'm going to do this show with you for a long time. One day we're going to do a show, and you're going to say, T, do you remember when black people could really play basketball? I'm saying, when did that happen? Oh, back in the 2020s or 10s or whatever.
Cooper Flag, look out.
Yeah.
Right. Y'all taking over. Accept it. Why are you so afraid to admit it?
Shout out Con Knuppel.
I feel awkward because KG's not here today. Our minister of I like to bounce these things off of KG because he's the minister of race relations.
Yeah,
you can
I
do
don't
that.
think I'm equipped
one
for that.
day, one day, we're gonna be on the playground, be a bunch of white guys playing basketball, and the brother's gonna say, "Hey, can I get in?" No, you ain't good enough. It's
or if
happening.
they do, it's mouse in the house every time.
Right.
Dooms Dave says on the chat, "Go Whites." All right, next
I'm
up.
not hating it. I'm glad that you guys, and and I said this before, you don't believe, the fastest high school sprinter in the United States is of Caucasian descent.
Hell yeah.
We're evolving, Terry.
Goddamn right. All right. Third down on the NFL fourth down. The NFL is preparing replacement officials for OTAs and minicamps as
Jesus
labor talks
Christ.
with referees remain unsolved. We really going to go through with this?
Terry, they wouldn't be spending this kind of money if they didn't anticipate doing it.
Just pay the dude.
Yeah, God damn,
Really?
man. Like
They make like $30 an hour.
Terry,
NFL can afford that.
Terry, you're a Detroit sports media icon.
Allegedly, but go ahead.
You're a nationally known media figure. You have a tremendous reputation in El Paso, Texas.
I do.
With all of that being said, Terry, can you have somebody in the media just ask publicly, just say, what is the problem with just chipping off a little from the mega fortune to just give the referees what they want? Because the refereeing is bad now. Wait till it's guys who aren't referees that are doing it.
Yeah, high school
No,
refs out here.
I cannot do that.
Okay.
I'm going to do that.
Okay, there you go.
So, yeah. I mean, the referees, you put their combined salaries for a whole year, do they make as much as one NFL quarterback?
Not a chance.
No. Do they make as much as one top quality NFL wide receiver? No. I don't get why this is such a big... And the NFL, man, prints money.
Yeah.
Terry, what do you think about this one from Andrew Natsock? White people built the world you love so much. Show some respect.
No. White people took credit for it. We built the fucking nation. We built the White House.
No,
you know who was the first person on the North Pole? A brother.
Facts.
But the white person got credit. And
It's
here's
true.
the other thing. Y'all didn't invite the light bulb. We did, and y'all got credit.
That is also true.
fact.
Bam, I'm just saying.
And plus, two, those were immigrants, Andrew, that did all that work.
Yeah, and as much as you love those railroads that we built, right?
Yeah.
I hate to break it for you.
They just appeared.
Yeah, there was a lot of Asian immigrants building those railroads.
I'm not going to take credit for the railroads. That was the Chinese.
Chinese did that. Chinese and Irish.
Right.
Yeah.
But the whites were so oppressed. We don't get enough credit.
Well, one day we'll catch a break.
You know, the most persecuted man on God's green earth is the straight white male.
Oh, 100%. All right, next down, please. Is there a next down?
Yes, fourth down. This is a little bit of a longer one, so stick with me here.
Yeah.
General ticket sales for the upcoming matchup on September 10th in Melbourne, Australia between the 49ers and Rams began this week. Within minutes, the Ticketmaster-powered system was flooded with demand far beyond the 100,000 seat capacity of the Melbourne Cricket Ground. More than 150K fans registered their interest in buying tickets.
Wow.
And as sales began, virtual lines quickly stretched into the tens of thousands of dollars. Of course it did.
And you can't pay the referees? I mean, come on.
No, Terry.
Right.
Guys, here's the bottom line. Get prepared. There will be an international team. There will be an international team or teams before. Teams before.
Right.
Before they charge for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're probably right on that one.
Neal, how realistically, how would they make that work?
What do you mean? Who cares?
No.
The travel
Stop.
times.
Stop. I'm not going to let you go. There's going to be an international division before that. They're going to have a division, dude.
Okay. So you make a division of just like
No, you just
European
you make teams go play them, and then they have the bye week the next week.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's pretty simple because you don't care. You don't care when the bye weeks are. Like the whole thing, man. Woodward Sports Chat thread, the DJCI. I was told nobody likes the international games. Was I lied to? Yes. Yes, you were lied to. I was told they plant fans. Was that the other thing?
They don't like international soccer.
Like, the whole thing's crazy. All right, let's take the break.
All right, let's take the break. Let's go to break. Let me tell you about Dr. Pierce. Attention, sports fans. Don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big G Energy and Thursdays on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, give him a call, 248-426-9944. It's Dr. Jeff S. Pierce.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
Neal Ruhl here for Sam Adams Cherry Wheat. It's full court flavor. It's brewed with real Michigan cherries and just the right amount of, guys, I'm telling you, if you tried it before, you know, just the right amount. It's not too much. It's not too little. Sam Adams Cherry Wheat, I'll be honest with you, I don't drink a ton of beer. But when I do, Sam Adams Cherry Wheat is definitely in the rotation. I really enjoy it, man. Sam Adams Cherry Wheat, full court flavor. All right. All right. Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Spencer Raxter, Gordon as well. I will not be talking about how, quote, the Tigers need John Rocker or anything like that. All right?
Or, let me put this out.
Maybe they do, though.
Need a little funk in that bullpen.
But nobody wants to hear this, but the Tigers bullpen, immigrants. Where would you be without the immigrants?
I'd say he'd be real uncomfortable.
Would you rather have a guy named D. Jesus, or would you rather have good old American John Rocker?
Bubba
Shout
from
out.
Texas. All right. Where were we? We're Pistons 4 down?
Pistons 4 down?
Yeah, give it to the Pistons. Pistons and sports business.
All right, first question of the Pistons 4 down. How confident are you in Cade Cunningham in these playoffs after the injury?
Blessing in disguise. A few weeks ago, we heard, the Pistons don't have secondary scoring. Well, they do now. So, Cade Cunningham being out allowed other people's roles to increase. And I'm not saying they're going to be the same with him back, but at least you have the confidence that, I can hit an 18-foot jumper with Cade, with or without Cade. I've got confidence. I've had a role where I played like I'm a big shot, and I'm really not, but it gives you confidence. I think Cade Cunningham being out with his lung problem was a blessing in disguise for the Pistons.
I don't buy all that because I don't buy depth in the playoffs because you play 8.5 guys. Like that's typically the way that it works.
But
they're not going 10 deep.
The half guy is going to have to do something at some point.
Right, but they're not going to go 10 deep in the playoffs, Terry. You covered this league for a long time. You know. Everything shrinks in the playoffs, man. That's just the way that it works. However, I will say this. I do like the fact that Cade got, a little bit of a rest. I do like the fact that it's not like a muscle that has to be worked back into shape. From the medical people I've heard talk, a collapsed lung, once it's reinflated, boom, we're ready to go. The only thing he needs to replace is that 2 weeks or 3 weeks of not being conditioned, whatever it is. That's why he's playing right now. You get him some berm, get him sweat and stuff like that. He'll be good to go. I'm ready to rock, man. I'm ready to rock.
All right,
for the
let
playoffs.
me push back slightly on you. That eighth guy is going to have to do something for the Pistons. That half a guy is going to have to do something for the Pistons. Now, I'm not saying they're going 10, 11 deep, but the 7, 8, 9 guy is feeling a little bit good about himself right now.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I think they help the Pistons.
No question. I agree with that. Detroit DC in the Super Chat. Ebony and Ivory living together in perfect harmony.
That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. That's
how you get Steph Curry.
There you go.
Right.
Jason Tatum.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Are you talking about light skins?
Light skins. True. That's how we got Easy.
That is true.
I think. We don't know what Easy is.
You know what we never say in world? Like Neal, I never will call him light skinned.
He's rice-skinned.
Even though brothers, if we don't have, the dark pin, we're light skinned.
He's rice-skinned.
But you're never considered light skinned.
From the mountains of Caucasus.
Yeah, Terry, I'll be darker by the end of summer when I get out on the golf course. Don't you worry about that, Terry.
That's a white baby.
That is a white baby. Just because you named him Darren doesn't mean he came from Darren.
Woodward Sports Super Chat. We have a not so tiny Tina site.
Oh, shout out Big T.
Yeah. Neal, I get your point about what other GMs are you going to hire, but for every successful GM you show me, I'll show you a team that hired them when they were unknown. Don't fire 19, by the way. Okay, so in the end, we're in the car together. So we do vibe together. Freddie Felt, Neal, I've been called light-skinned.
Shout out.
Rack in the chat. Easy and a mongrel.
I'm pretty sure Easy's Mongolian.
We don't know what? Yeah, Easy is light-skinned. Spinny, you're not.
Oh. So that means I'm dark-skinned?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're just white. Pale. I don't know what you are.
I am white, Terry. Yeah,
Right.
I'm white. I'm a mixing pot. My mom's.
One day I'm going to just come up here and I'm going to say, guys, you're not talking sports today. I'm going to lay down why this world is fucked up.
It's fair.
Mike G. Neal is Wonder Bread, 32-mile road flavor. I'm at 29 Mile. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Next down.
No. If you're Wonder Bread, brother, you're Grand River and the freeway.
Well, I grew up at 10 Mile. 10 Mile 994.
Shout
Wait,
out.
you think this guy's up in Almont? Come on.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, let's just move on, please.
All right, next question.
I sense it getting away. We're all one step away.
Shout out Howell.
Everybody love everybody. Second question except for no, I'm just kidding. Second question in the chat. Over under 2.5 season awards for the Pistons. You got to remember, Cade Cunningham probably not going to be eligible for those
he won't be.
end of the season
That's
awards. So over under 2.5.
Probably under. JB counts, right?
JB counts.
He's got to get Coach of the Year. He will get Coach of the Year.
I think it's going to be over. I think we're going to have
Asar, Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, I was counting the teams as well.
Yeah, they're going to let Cade have his little award. They're not going to.
No, I don't.
Well,
think
he can't be All NBA either.
No, yeah, he
No,
can't.
you
they'll give
can't.
Duren his spot.
I think Duren will get All
They're
NBA.
already talking about altering the award system. They're already talking about making amends, so he's going to do it. He's going to get that award.
RJ Graham, pink skin Neal on the golf course. I get pink for like the first time, like the first round, and then I darken up nicely.
Hell yeah.
What is it
the
about
key
that
is, what do
first-
you like on the second day?
It starts the second day. Like I get like pink that day. I get like a layer of pink, and then we're good to go. Like that's the arc. That's the way that it works.
That's my man over here. I'm gonna start calling him Lobster.
Pinky.
Hey, I can turn red real quick, like really quick. But I was
You're
just
kind of
about
red
to
right
ask-
now.
Yeah, no, seriously.
I'm drunk right now.
Neal, why do we never learn our lesson? The first time it's nice out, we go outside, like sunscreen doesn't
just get
exist.
set ablaze.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's the base layer. You know, like I do it. Like I lean into it. You know, I'm not going like shoulders out because then you can't move the next day.
Yeah.
But I would say, from about here down to the arms, and then like from knees down,
We're
you
working
get
that
the
farmer's
good
tan.
Yeah, absolutely. With the ankle socks too. Like all summer long, I have the white feet from the golf course.
Oh, some alone.
Yeah.
Good white song right there.
Next down.
Next down of the Pistons, 4 down. Why don't we have enough whites on the team? No. Can this team beat the Cavaliers? It looks like you're going to be on a collision course with the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
It looks like the second round will be the Knicks versus the Celtics. And if, everybody takes care of business, you're probably going to get the Cavs. Can this team beat the Cavs in the playoffs?
Slugfest.
It's going to be a dogfight for sure.
Terry, I don't have an answer for that. I can't wait to see it.
You have home court.
You will?
Cleveland is
No, I'm saying you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Terry, dude, the Cavs are funny. They're almost as good away as they are at home.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be tough.
And
I'm
they're
praying
almost as good at
on
home
the
as they are
Cavs
away.
catching the Knicks.
Yeah,
I am.
I would much rather see the Knicks.
I'm just keeping it real.
You know,
But the Knicks have to win out.
You know what
the
might
Cavs
be
have
the
to win
key is who gives who the most problems. Do the Knicks give the Cavs the most problems in the first round or whatever they play, or the Pistons against Charlotte or Miami, whoever they may play? If one of those series goes 7 games, then the other team will be fresher and will be able to win that series. So, yes, the Pistons can and will beat the Cavs because I think the Pistons are going to have a cakewalk in round 1.
See, the Cavs in the first round, like as it sits right now, they play Toronto, but Atlanta's tied with Toronto, and the Magic are 1 game back at Toronto. Like, I don't know. Who would you rather see the Cavs play between Toronto, Atlanta, and Orlando?
Atlanta.
Probably, yeah. Probably,
You want to say Orlando, don't you?
I want to say
you
Orlando.
want to, but you can't.
I can't
because we always hear about it,
feel
and
like
we never see it.
I feel like any of them is equal. The only one that I'm not even worried about, but the one I would want to see the least would be Charlotte, just because they shoot the ball so well. But I mean, I think when you talk about Toronto and Orlando and Atlanta, they all have the like, what if they catch it together? What if they get it together? Like Atlanta's riding the high right now,
but they can't 4 times
Yeah,
out
they're
of
not
7.
going to. I'm not worried about the first round at all.
No,
I'm talking about for Cleveland to play.
Oh, for Cleveland to play.
For Cleveland, like what's the best? 'Cause,
Atlanta.
Like,
I would say
Cleveland's a threat.
Atlanta. I would
let's
say-
cut the shit.
yeah.
Cleveland's a threat.
Cleveland is a threat for sure. I would say I would want Cleveland to play Atlanta because that would be the most grueling.
Yeah,
I think.
since they traded Trey Young, like something happened.
Shout out Cum Bucket.
Trey Young was a detriment to that team.
Agreed.
Yeah, he can play. He can shoot.
He's a detriment to a barber too.
He
is.
He looks like
what is up with his hair?
He's got the hair of a 2-year-old.
It's no, he's got the hair of a bee's nest.
It's like
what's in it?
It's like straw in the fall.
Yeah,
you know, at an apple orchard.
It's like one of those lint balls that you find and you sweep underneath the table or something like that.
No,
And
it's
then you
like
just get the wads of hair and lint.
It's like those little gnomes.
Yeah.
You know, like they have the green hair, the red hair.
The
like
trolls.
it's like the trolls. Yeah, and it just it goes everywhere,
You know what
but
it
it's not
is?
really
No,
going anywhere.
Fellas, here's what it is. It's cotton candy.
Yes, cotton candy.
Who's
hair.
got worse hair right now, Trey Young or LeBron?
Trey Young.
LeBron finally went all bald.
No, dude, he's still holding on to that hairline.
Still
dude.
hang it, trying to hang
I know,
in there.
because when you look, when it's the higher angle, it looks like he's bald, but then it zooms in on him, like at a free throw or something.
Now,
he
here's
still has
one
the hairline
thing
going.
guys
No LeBron
do,
slander
and I
allowed. He's the
disagree
GOAT.
with it, is they paint their head.
Rich Baldwin's got a great one in the chat, Spenny, and I want you to listen to this.
Okay.
Herder needs to be in the rotation for the Pistons. Just to get an extra white guy on the
There you
court.
go.
God damn right.
All right, next up.
Final
agree.
question of Terry agrees. Final question of the Pistons 4 down. Who is your dream first round matchup for the Pistons?
You know what mine is?
Because it's like, what you got Charlotte, you got Orlando, you got Atlanta, you've got Miami.
It could be Toronto, Atlanta, Orlando, Philly, Charlotte. Miami's in, and they're kind of locked into that 10.
Okay.
You know what mine is, Terry? Because I'm tired of hearing I want them to play Charlotte so they can beat them in 4 or 5, and we can move on from this whole, oh, my God, the Charlotte Hornets. It's like they got Alonzo and Larry Johnson back again. Terry.
I agree, and Bugsy Bogues.
Right. Like, Terry.
I don't fear Charlotte.
I don't either at all. At all. I'll never call for a sweep because that's a tough ask. But I'll be stunned if they don't beat them in 5.
Gentleman's sweep. Can we get a
Gentleman's sweep? That 100%.
Or when the Pistons beat the Lakers in the NBA Finals, that was a Pistons sweep.
Piston sweep, yeah. A 5-game sweep.
Spinny, do
Yes.
you fear Charlotte?
He does. He does.
No, you do.
I don't
Why?
fear Charlotte, no.
No, yeah, you kind of do because you keep bringing,
they got shooters and they can get hot. Now, are they going to be hot for an entire 7-game series? Probably not. But I think they
Who's
have,
your matchup?
I like Toronto. I think we handled Toronto pretty well, although Scotty Barnes is pretty good. But Toronto, Atlanta, I'm cool with either of those.
All right,
I don't want Atlanta.
I want to challenge this man.
Yes.
if it's Toronto in the first round, you better take your ass and take your boys out there to buy tickets because Toronto's coming in trying to flood
That's
the
true.
LCA.
That is true. I went to a game last year. It was awesome. It was the one they lost. Well, they lost all the home games last year, but the one where they didn't call the foul on Tim Hardaway Jr.
We the North.
Bullshit.
You want to squeeze in sports business?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Can we do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Real quick.
Let's just go into it. All right, first question of the sports business 4 down. Let me find it here real quick. MLB announced that they will be continuing the Nike City Connect jerseys. 8 teams released their new uniforms. Do you guys like the City Connect jersey idea?
It's different. I'm good with it.
I'm good with it too. And originally, like the Tiger City Connects from last year. So basically, they do this every other year or every third year, whatever it is. Like the Tiger City Connects, I hated them when they came out. I thought they were slow pitch softball. I feel like I played them at Barrymore's back in the day when they had softball. But then I warmed up to it and I kind of liked it.
Yeah. When you got your Javi jersey, you started.
I liked it before that.
They look a lot better in person than they do on the field.
And that's fair too. Yeah. That's 100%.
And baseball needs to get out of its old man.
They do.
Pants up into the titties and stuff. Come on now.
I like the Padres new ones are cool.
Those are sweet.
I was watching the Padres game last night. They had it up in the booth.
Padres always have cool jerseys.
Yeah, Padres, man.
I don't know.
If I were a National League fan, I would be a Padres fan, no doubt.
I like the idea, but I don't like the execution.
Some of them are really good and some of them suck.
Most of them suck, Neal. There's like a couple. Don't make the exception the rule. There's like 1 or 2 good ones, but the majority of them are not.
There's more than 1 or 2.
I mean, dude, what do you want? The Savannah Bananas out there?
Yeah, that's what Gordon wants.
I don't know what the Savannah Bananas. I don't believe exist because
I don't either.
They sell they're selling out football stadiums. They're selling out Talladega. Have you ever met anybody who's been to a Savannah Bananas?
No, they're not coming here.
Yeah,
I'm
with you.
They would come here this summer, but they're not.
Dante 151.
I think it's fake. I think it's like what was that? What was that high school team? The Globetrotters actually tour. I think it's like the Bishop Sycamore.
My high school played Bishop Sycamore.
Damn.
So no, funny story. So they came to CC. They got their asses whooped. Then they went to Brother Ice, and Brother Ice lost.
All right,
Brother Rice lost to a fake team.
Did they play Michigan in the Frozen Four? Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry to get you all
right, let me piss off the young guy again. Have you ever heard of the Harlem Globetrotters?
Yeah, I went to a Harlem Globetrotters game at the Palace.
All right,
event.
All right.
Shout out. All right,
Much
next
respect.
question of the sports business 4 down. The national title game peaked at over 20 million viewers, a 23% increase. The first round was the most watched first round ever, and the second round was the most watched second round ever since 1993. What does this mean for the tournament going forward?
It means what I've always said, Terry. You guys love your name brands. We want the illusion of choice. George Carlin said this like 30 years ago, dude, and no truer words have ever been spoken. We love the illusion of choice. You don't want new stuff. You want what's advertised all the time. You want it. If you didn't, advertising wouldn't work. But it does. You want the brands. You want the same people all the time. It's what you want, Terry. It's proven.
All right, let me ask you a question. What would you rather see in the Sweet 16? Bradley at 26-1 against Northern Illinois at 25-2, or Kentucky at 13-12 against.
I don't want Kentucky at 13-12. I don't want that.
Would you rather have that over Bradley?
I will take one of the Bradleys or 2 of the Bradleys. I don't want Kentucky. I don't want Kansas State at 9-11. I don't want Northwestern at 7-12.
Do you want to watch Wichita State?
Are they 26-1?
Is Cleanthony Early playing for them?
Huh?
Is Cleanthony Early playing for them?
He's not.
Oh, probably not then.
Do you want 26-1 Wichita State, or do you want 7-10 Northwestern?
26-1 Wichita State.
Northwestern is not a basketball school.
You are the exception. I am the exception.
Yeah.
Spinny.
Terry's the rule.
Spin.
Did Wichita
Would you
win
rather watch 18-15 Kentucky or 26-1 Bradley?
18-15 Kentucky.
There you go. Bam. And Neal agrees with you. He's just going to be a contrarian today and not say it.
Dante 151 in the super chat. Let's just say it. Trae Young looks like a crackhead.
He does.
Also, give me those bums in Philly. That would be great content.
Philly would be great.
Sideless in the super chat. Also, the Tigers kicked ass in the City Connects.
They
Next
did.
one.
They did. Next question of the sports business 4 down. The women's national title game drew 9.9 million viewers, the third highest rating since 1989. Are people back in on college basketball?
No. That is Dawn Staley and Caleb.
They're slightly back in on college basketball, but they're more in on conflict.
Yeah. There was conflict before that game.
Yes. Which is fair.
And there's probably people hate watching, too. Probably some people wanted to watch Dawn Staley lose, and there's a bunch of people that want to see her win.
Yeah. My guess is if you polled random-ass college basketball fans, they would think that South Carolina won that game. I honestly believe that.
Probably.
Yeah, if you did like the street interviews, like Spenny with the little microphone with the little poofy thing on the end of it, who won the women's national championship in basketball? They would
UConn.
Yeah, or South Carolina. That would be it.
They got their asses kicked, bro.
Asses beat.
Yeah, they did. They
That
got
was
the shit
bad.
kicked out. All right, next one.
Next down, final question of the sports business 4 down. Nearly 4,000 private jet flights were coming to Augusta for the Masters this week. It will be the most charter flights in the history of the tournament. The Masters really is the most popular golf tournament in the world.
As long as you got money.
I think they think Tiger Woods is still playing.
He's not. Terry, good run today.
You too, buddy.
Good
boy.
run today, Spenmo.
Have
Good
a
run
rest.
today, Gordon. Welcome to the club, everybody. For all these fine gentlemen, I'm Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, have a great weekend. See you later.
No smoking, please.